Hi everyone, this is Dave Titley with RV Weather, and what I thought I would show you is how Hurricane Helene is going to be impacting not only just Florida and Georgia, but how its impacts extend up into the southern Appalachian Mountains and even into Indiana and Illinois. It's going to be a pretty quick storm, so by Saturday morning it's pretty much all over, but it's going to be a wild ride for some people in the next 48 hours and more than that. If you're not careful, it's going to be quite dangerous in a couple places, and they extend inland as well. So let's get right to it. So the graphic we're looking at is on RV weather. It's our weather impacts. And you can see on the right-hand side, they go all the way from the blue, which is marginal impacts, and most RVers can deal with blue, all the way to critical, which is basically hurricane force winds and torrential rain, things you would really not want to drive anything through. Really, fours and fives you just don't want to be in. If you're in an RV, you really don't want to be in threes either, and most people will avoid twos. So here we go. This is from this morning, so Thursday morning, and I'm just going to grab the slider here, so we'll scrub it forward. And you can see how we have level 5 winds coming up into the Big Bend of Florida, exactly as the National Hurricane Center has forecast. And you can see how much of Florida, even inland here, has level 2 and level 3. So these are wind gusts of 50, 60, 65 miles an hour coming up through central and northern Florida. If you're anywhere on the northeast coast, so let's say by Jacksonville or up into Savannah, Georgia, you're gonna really feel this storm as well. And of course, it's devastating if you're in the Big Bend area. You need to not be in your RV. That will be a very dangerous place. So here we are by this evening, and the storm makes its landfall, probably comes very close to Tallahassee, moves up through Albany, Georgia, and you can see by tomorrow morning what's happening is we're seeing now really bright colors. So level 4 impacts, it's even going to be level 5 in the mountains of western North Carolina and extreme upstate South Carolina. This is primarily rain, but there's still a lot of wind associated with it. So if you're in that area, be safe. Flash flooding is going to be your real big impact up here, but you're going to have starting, after midnight tonight and into Friday, it's going to be very, very stormy conditions and potentially dangerous if you're in the ways of flash floods. Still, a lot of winds off the coast of South Carolina and Georgia. They will be diminishing. You can see by Friday morning, most of Florida is really calming down quite quickly. So let's continue through the day on Friday. And again, this is Friday morning, and you can see the heart of those high colors into western North Carolina. But now we're spreading impacts into the Ohio Valley here. So really, Illinois, Indiana, Southwest Ohio, these are a combination of wind and rain. So wind gusts 40, even 50 miles an hour, and some pretty heavy rains coming in. This is mid-morning on Friday, and you can see how the impacts really spread out into the Midwest, Illinois and Indiana mostly, but also western Kentucky, western Tennessee, as the storm basically almost blows itself apart. It's going to come up and then make this counterclockwise turn as it basically rains itself out over the Midwest here. And it all happens pretty quickly. This is like by lunchtime on Friday, and you can see these impacts are up into the Ohio Turnpike, the Indiana Toll Road, even to Chicago. By midday tomorrow is going to be feeling the effects of Helene. Not too bad in Virginia. It's really raining itself out quite quickly, and pretty much Maryland is as far north as anything gets. We may get a little bit of rain in Pennsylvania, but really nothing significant there. And then, as you can see, by Saturday morning, we're almost done. Maybe a little bit of wind and rain left in Kentucky, but that's it. So I'm going to go back here just one more time so you can kind of see how this goes and just scrub it not too quickly, but this is again starting at 9 o'clock on Thursday, and you can see the time and the day right down here at the bottom center of your screen. So here we go. Landfall this evening, then the storm comes up through Georgia, high winds still, really heavy rains late tonight and tomorrow into the western North Carolina. And then quite quickly, those impacts move into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio on Friday. And then by Friday night, it rains itself out. And by Saturday, there's really not much left. So we'll just go through that one more time. But there we are. So that's what we're going to have. Now, if you are a subscriber and you want to see like the details, you can, click on like just wind if you wanted to. Let it load here. And here are the winds. So you can see those winds coming up, level 3, even level 4. Level 4 is approaching hurricane force wind gusts. So again, a wild late night and early Friday morning in western North Carolina. And you can see those wind gusts pushing 50, even across places like Indianapolis, Dayton, Ohio, into central Illinois here. So the blue kind of shows the area of 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts, and they're up into Chicago by Friday evening. But again, by Saturday morning, that's all pretty much gone. So it's going to show up quickly. It's going to blow pretty hard on Friday afternoon into Friday evening across the Midwest, and then it dies out. So let's take a look at rain. Of course, that's the other huge issue here. So again, we'll just let WILMA load for a few seconds here. There we go. And you can see the structure of the storm, again, coming into the Big Bend this evening, up through southeast Georgia, eastern Georgia. And again, look at how intense the colors are as all this moisture and energy hits the southern Appalachians there in western North Carolina. And then it blows out, kind of almost does this fleur-de-lis, kind of splits itself apart. A little bit goes to the East Coast, most of the energy into the Ohio Valley, and it rains itself out pretty quickly. So by the end of Saturday, it's just a memory, but there is going to be a huge mess here, and you really don't want to be in the path of this thing, and unfortunately, it's going to be months and even years for reconstruction. Okay, let me stop there. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can get me at contact@rvweather.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Okay, be safe, everyone, and take care.